All right, the big, beautiful debt bomb has passed the Senate. We are going to talk about this today. First, I mean, a lot of people are saying what everybody's thinking, or at least everybody who's aware of what's going on with this debt increase and the massive 37 trillion we already have in the national debt, and the fact that we have unfunded liabilities that still remain that exceed $220 trillion. It's not 37 trillion. It's about 220 trillion. You look at the national debt clock. I think it used to be on the lower right-hand corner. I think it's on the somewhere near the middle right now. But if you count unfunded liabilities like Social Security and Medicare, you go above $220 trillion. And I just want to remind you how massive a sum $1 trillion is. If you earned $1 for every second you were alive, that'd be about $84,600 a day, or $31.5 million a year. How long would you have to live to collect your first $1 trillion? That's just 1 trillion. Would you have to live 31 years? Would you have to live 310 years? How about 3,100 years? You would have to live 31,709 years to collect your first $1 trillion if you earned $1 every single second. That's how massive a sum it is. On the books, we have 37 trillion. Counting unfunded liabilities, we have 220 trillion. This is such an incomprehensible number, you cannot wrap your head around it. Mario here says the $37 trillion debt bomb. Take a look at the U.S. national debt from 1900 to 2020, flat for nearly a century, and then boom, exponential growth since the 1980s. That's when you really start ramping up defense spending in the military industrial complex, and you got all these foreign interests really invading Congress and owning Congress, not to mention, you got to service the debt. Every note, every Federal Reserve note that you have in your pocket right now, every one of them is a note of debt. This isn't sound money. It's not based on sound money. It's basically just paper in your hands and zeros and ones in bank accounts. He says now it's over 37 trillion. At some point, the curve has to flatten. It's, if not by choice, then by crisis, because all debt is paid either through inflation, taxes, or broken promises. Time for DC, which is the District of Criminals, of course, to stop spending like there's no tomorrow, because tomorrow's looking expensive. Now, I do want to go over some of this tit for tat that Donald Trump is having with Elon Musk. You gotta understand though, Elon Musk, one of the biggest subsidy welfare queens on the planet, to the tune of like between 30 and 40 billion dollars has been given to this guy for all these companies. And that's basically the time and laboring energies, the product of the time and laboring energies of Americans, given to a billionaire, Elon Musk. This was a wealth transfer from the have-nots to the people who already had. And Donald Trump didn't say anything about Elon Musk then, but all of a sudden he's saying something about him in the negative right now, because Elon Musk is starting to call him out for things that Elon Musk should have been calling him out before. So now there's this bitter rivalry, like you got the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan or something, but it's all a WWE dog and pony show. And to really, really drive this point home, I want to show you what Kyle Kulinski says with regard to the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. There's no uniparty system. There's a real party that's championing cause of the American people, and there's another party that's trying to tear up the very fabric of America. Check this out. This is just, the psychological operation is nonstop, and you got to stay on top of it.
The girls are fighting again, y'all. The girls are fighting again. So Trump and Elon Musk have been trading barbs for quite a while now. Let's pick up the fight from this Trump tweet here. He came out and said the following. Elon Musk knew long before he so strongly endorsed me for president that I was strongly against the EV mandate, electric vehicle mandate. It is ridiculous and was always a major part of my campaign. Electric cars are fine, but not everyone should be forced to own one. Elon may get...
No one should be forced to own anything. No one should be forced to pay for anything. But both Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and everybody who's in power wants to force you to fund the military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex. They want you to fund all the pet projects that are found in the new big, beautiful bill that exceeds our GDP by, what is it, $1.67 trillion. They added an extra $3 trillion to that package. It's mind bending that the party that claims to be conservative is going to increase the national debt by trillions.
More subsidy than any human being in history by far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa. No more rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have DOGE take a good hard look at this. Big money to be saved.
And why didn't Donald Trump do that before? Because they were conspiring against us. Now they're conspiring against us separately. Elon Musk still wants you to be robbed and ruled. Donald Trump and his cabinet and his administration still want you to be robbed and ruled. The Democrat Party still wants you to be robbed and ruled. The Democrat and Republican Party are still the two wings of the bird of prey that's constantly circling you, trying to pick more meat off your bones.
So this is glorious. I love this. Basically threatening all of Elon Musk's subsidies. That is something that for the life of me, I don't understand why Democratic presidents didn't do it. They should have cut off Elon subsidies in an instant. Because first of all, it's true that all he does is make rockets that explode. I think, what was the number? Was it 7? Was it?
See, that's just exaggeration. He doesn't just make rockets that explode. He's had a lot of successful missions, including rescuing the astronauts from his perspective, I'm talking about. So that's hyperbole. There's no reason for this. It just clouds the issue more than it has to be.
11, it was one or the other. I think it was 11 rocket explosions by SpaceX just recently. 11. Blowing through tech. He's taken $38 billion in subsidies. Okay. Well, Trump didn't stop there. So here he is being questioned about his feud with Elon, and listen to what he says.
Elon Musk. Nothing, he's upset he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Elon can lose a lot more than that.
I would not doubt that behind the scenes, Donald Trump and Elon Musk have planned this whole spat, and that one day in the future, they'll get back together. Would not doubt it.
Again, that's him threatening his subsidies. Oh, he lost his EV mandate. He can lose a lot more than that. All right, we're still not done. We got some more Trump. Here he is yet again, asked about deporting Elon.
We got a lot of hostages back, but we're going to talk about that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put DOGE on Elon. You know what DOGE is? DOGE is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon.
Oh, snap.
Why wouldn't you have unleashed that monster on Elon before? Now you're going to unleash the monster on Elon after he gave you $250 million for your campaign. Now you're going to unleash the monster on Elon when he's been one of the biggest subsidy suckers, subsidy parasites, subsidy welfare queens in the history of mankind. And don't think that Donald Trump didn't know this. They were laying cover for each other. They were conspiring against us. There's a code in the U.S. code. It's 18 U.S.C. 241, conspiracy against rights. And when you have a power and wealth transfer, whether you're giving it to the big pharma industrial complex, the military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex, whether you're giving subsidies to any person in America, or whether you're given foreign aid, it is a wealth transfer. They're literally removing money from your pockets, and you're voting for it. Why would you vote for it? Democrats are voting for it. Republicans are voting for it. And because they're drinking the Kool-Aid and they're inebriated under their own cultish fantasies and they're cemented in their own cognitive dissonance, they can't turn back. They're basically locked in their own echo chamber and they can't see a way out. They believe that they're actually the in crowd, that they're making America great again. They believe all the hype.
Son, so he called DOGE the monster that might have to go back and look at Elon. You're calling it the monster? What happened? I thought DOGE was awesome. I thought DOGE was amazing. I thought you were telling everybody how successful they are and how they're getting rid of all the waste, fraud, and abuse. No, now you're admitting it's actually a monster.
That is true. That is true.
That's quite an admission there. But when he was asked if Elon should be deported, he said, I don't know, we'll have to take a look. Maybe we should sick Doge on him.
He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have baby gasoline, baby electric.
He just bought an electric car. He just bought a Tesla. He did a fucking Tesla sales show, like a late night infomercial from the early 2000s. He did it on the White House lawn.
That's true. And when they do this about face and they don't shake off the faithful and people are continuing to back them and have their six and promote them and support them and speak on behalf of them, they are completely demoralized. They're so demoralized and their compass has been so thoroughly crushed to powder under their feet. They don't know any better. Or maybe they do and they continue to willfully take the path of Republican or the path of Democrat and still try to sell you on the idea that, hey, this whole system, it's going to somehow work for us this time. My branch of the government, my red Republican elephant form of government is going to do you good. And the other people are like, no, my blue donkey Democrat form of government is going to do a whole lot of good for you. Unbelievable that people are still in 2025 participating in this lunatic dog and pony clown show.
Talking Tesla. Oh my God.
Maybe a hybrid?
I can't wait to get to the part where Kyle Kalinski's like, no, the parties are different. It's not a uniparty.
Maybe someday a hydrogen, if you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem, it blows up, So I'm going to give that one to Peter. So let Peter test it out.
All right, we're still not done. So Trump was just asked, you just saw this clip. Are you going to deport Elon Musk? We'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? The monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies. So Elon sees this. He replies, so tempting to escalate this. So tempting. But I'll refrain for now. For now? Okay.
What a
All
show.
right.
What a show.
Are we getting somewhere? This is interesting. Ready? Elon came out and said the following. This is after the big, beautiful bill passed. Remember, he's opposed to the big, beautiful bill. For all the wrong reasons, to be clear. For all the wrong reasons. He's mad that his goodies got left out of that bill largely, okay? A lot of the stuff he wanted was in that bill. Trump took it out. Now he's pissed. Okay, ready? Elon says, removal of funding for enforcement of federal contempt of court orders is the actual crux of this spending bill. This is nominally aimed at removal of illegal immigrants, but obviously also enables many other abuses of power by the president. Should this be allowed? In other words, Elon is saying they slipped a provision into this bill to further allow the Trump regime to ignore court orders. That's what.
Like Elon Musk didn't know that Trump was abusing his power. Elon Musk didn't know that he was abusing his own power. The Republicans or Democrats pretend like their side doesn't abuse power all the time.
He's saying. So is Elon correct to point out this is a problem? Absolutely. But the hypocrisy of this is astounding because all of DOGE was nothing but an exercise in ignoring lawful court orders.
Kyle says the hypocrisy is astounding. That's all politics is. It's just hypocritical, lying garbage from the worst people on the planet, the most immoral people who want to demoralize you, who want to rob you, who want to rule you. And here's Kyle Kalinske hypocritically talking about the hypocrites on the right.
Every single penny that was cut from DOGE was completely and utterly illegal, and every court that has looked at it has said exactly that. So yes, Elon, I agree. The Trump regime should abide by court orders. That includes you. That includes you. You probably violated more court orders than anybody. Yes, they're violating a lot now when it comes to immigration stuff. Really, they're abductions and human traffickings. But they're violating a lot of court orders there. But I honestly think DOGE violated even more court orders. So Elon, I love this. So Elon comes out and he says the following. If this insane spending bill passes, the America Party will be formed the next day. Our country needs an alternative to the Democrat-Republican uniparty so that people actually have a voice. Let me just say, the people who are still saying uniparty in the year of our Lord 2025, get a life. Because it's to pretend, like, bro, the parties are the same, bro. The parties are... Really? After everything that's happened in the second Trump regime, you sincerely believe the parties are exactly the same. Like, there's literally no hope for you. You are incapable of objectively analyzing empirical evidence.
There's no hope for you, says Kyle Kalinske, if you believe that the parties, the Republican and Democrat parties, are the same. This is the Kyle Kalinske who frequently warns about the Democratic establishment on this YouTube channel right here. He's this progressive, propagandist, political commentator. He's the co-founder of the Justice Democrats, who's constantly criticizing the Democrat Party leadership for prioritizing corporate interests and maintaining a status quo that he believes, Kyle Kulinski believes, fails working class people. And he's trying to sit here right now and try to convince you that there's a major difference between the Democrats and Republicans. It's not a uniparty. Incessantly, he highlights the Democrats' resistance to progressive policies like Medicare for All, the Green New Deal, and campaign finance reform. He's doing this all the time, and now he's sitting there trying to convince you it's not a uniparty when the Democrat establishment does the exact same thing the Republican establishment does as they bow down to the Federal Reserve, as they continue to propagate and protect the income tax and the IRS and property taxes. Kyle is always accusing the Democrats of undermining candidates like Bernie Sanders who challenge their influence all the time. But he's going to sit there right now and tell you there's no major difference between the Democrats and Republicans. Kyle, what the heck? What a frickin' hypocritical, inconsistent propagandist. You're not even a good hypocrite. You're not even a good liar. You can't even stay consistent with your own lies. Let me give you a crystal clear example. In a 2020 Reddit post, he called out the Democratic establishment's corruption and fear of transformative change, suggesting they'd rather risk losing elections than support progressive agendas. He also criticized specific establishment figures like Nancy Pelosi for not leveraging progressive votes effectively. This is the same guy who right now is telling you that there is a difference between the Democrats and Republicans. It's not a uniparty system. These people are freaking liars.
Understanding reality as such. Okay, so that's the first point. But what he's saying, I'm going to start my own party, and I'm going to try to get politicians to run for that party. Look, there's logistical problems with this. Our system is totally rigged against third parties. But understand something.
Our system is totally rigged against third parties. He can't even stay consistent in one broadcast. He just said it's not a uniparty. If you think there's no difference between the Democrats and Republicans, you need to just sit down. And now he's saying we understand that the way the parties are set up, it's completely rigged against those guys. He's talking about the system which contains the Democrats and Republicans, which is the uniparty, which rejects any other party because they want to give you the illusion of choice. You got two choices, really. Poop soup and turd sandwich. What kind of choice is that? Come on, Kyle.
He is the richest man in the world. So even if he could start a party and just, all you got to do is peel away like 2% from the Republicans, 3%. And the Republicans are Cookington. And so he's threatening it. Is he going to deliver it? Okay, more. He comes out and says 80%. So we did a poll. 80% voted for a new party. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. That's his thing, like, okay, the people will it, so now we're going to support it. We also have this. Crystal called this, man. I got to give credit to Crystal. She called this a long time ago. As soon as Trump and Elon started having beef, she goes, he's going to try to do a face turn. He's going to try to do a face turn. He's going to try to get back in league with the Democrats, on good terms with the Democrats. Watch. That's what she said. Well, I'll be damned. She's exactly right. I mean, this is what he's trying to do here. So now Elon Musk comes out and says, follow at this you some real gems. This you is literally, as Evan points out here, he's having people follow an account that exclusively makes fun of right-wing hypocrisy. So these are the ones that Elon liked. Speaker Mike Johnson, our national debt is the greatest crisis we face. Passed one big beautiful bill act that obviously massively adds to the debt and the deficit. So total hypocrisy. This left-wing account called it out. Elon Musk is enjoying that. More.
The left wing can call out the hypocrisy of the right wing and vice versa. This is just more game playing. This is more clown juggling under the political big top. Politics is now and will always be the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering and deception to get the rest of us to continue to vote for the chains of our own oppression. That's what politics is. That's what politics will always be. And as long as people like this, Kyle Kulinski or Brian Tyler Cohen, or people on the right like Charlie Kirk or Candace Owens, try to drag us into that tent, we will never walk outside the tent, open the flap, look at the light of day and go, you know what? We need to burn the tent down. It needs to go away. We don't need rulers robbing us. We need to take responsibility for ourselves. We need to, at the very least, decentralize the federal government, completely break it up, scatter it to the wind, bust it up into 1,000 pieces, pulverize it into powder. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. I want to thank you for being here. This is a very small channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for investing your energies in this channel. If you want to support it, you can do it for free by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification icon. If you want to support this channel further, I'm trying like crazy to get out at least one video a day. And what my aim is to break up the cement blocks of cognitive dissonance, to unlock the door of those echo chambers, and to, I don't know, illuminate these minds so that we can just be self-determined, self-disciplined people who realize we don't need rulers parasitically sucking off of the rest of us. If that makes sense to you, subscribe. I appreciate you being here. Share this video. Follow me on Facebook at High Impact Flicks. Follow me on X at High Impact Flicks. I've got an alternate channel for my police accountability activism called Here's the Deal. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next video.